With a 3-day weekend and really beautiful weather coming up, we decided to leave Anacortes and head to Obstruction Pass State Park. Once we arrived there, we found a buoy and beautiful water.
Look at that surf,
Whenever we have a large boat or a ferry go by in the distance, the waves do tend to hit pretty hard at the beach here. Sometimes what we end up doing is putting out a stern anchor to make sure our bow is pointed to the southwest. That kind of helps control some of the wave action, especially late at night. Luckily, the ferry stops running about midnight. Next morning was very beautiful. Blue skies, calm seas. It's a good chance to take a look and kind of show you what's on the beach, what it looks like from one of the mooring buoys. Basically, we've got people waking up early. Interestingly, you'll notice in the background that guy apparently lost his dinghy sometime during the night. I believe they're going to back up and see if they can reverse in close enough to the beach to pick up the dinghy. There are a lot of rocks right next to the beach, though, so we kind of hope he makes it okay. The rest of the coastline, with the tide being down like this, kind of shows you what the bottom looks like. It's an interesting topography. You've got beachgoers that are combing, with the low water levels. They're looking for whatever they might find. You've also got people camping. It's one of the beautiful parts of this park is that you've got campsites throughout. Tide's down a little this morning, still on its way out. You can see at low tide how the bottom is rocky, and you can imagine how sometimes an anchor will actually hook on one of those rocks, and it takes quite a bit to get it free. But with the tide out, it gives you a good idea what the bottom looks like. So this is us in the morning. Oh, and one other thing to probably point out is we've got that little light was kind of cool last night. And we've got our dinghy sitting out here. I pumped it up, inflated it a little extra last night. Let's see. The beach when the water's up is really great. It's one of our favorite spots here because there's a lot of hiking. Beautiful trees and forests, all natural. 3 or 4 coves on the other side of the island, the spit there. A little bit of wind coming in. Might do some sailing today. Maybe head up to Rosario for a couple hours. And here's middle of the night. Well, not really. It was 3 a.m. I got up and put a second line on the mooring buoy because wind was coming up. Strangely, it was coming up through that little cove here. It was whipping down out of the northeast, but it only lasted half hour, maybe less. But just to be on the safe side, I threw a second line on. And we did some hiking up there yesterday. Went up through the woods a ways. The beach is difficult to walk on in sandals because the round rocks are all polished by the wave action, and they're all slippery. And they're really cool though. Obstruction Pass State Park.
The sail, our speed increase as the sail filled.
This is Sherry doing our logbook.
Our speed increase.
We cast off our mooring buoy and headed up to Rosario, which is about a 5 nautical mile trip. As you can see, it's very sheltered in there. This is us at Rosario. Interestingly, here's a 40 Benito center cockpit. And then right next to us, another buoy at Obstruction last night was this guy. And now they're here at Rosario. Bit of wind out of the south, we'll be able to sail out of here. Close hauled. People on the beach. I think these people are from the, I think they're from the boat, actually. Oh, I bet Sherry went in looking for food. Oh, there she is, actually. We're going to check out the grocery store. Heart-shaped tree in the center island. And a bridge here that was built in 1915. It's kind of cool. Beautiful old trees here. Incredible pines. Same guy in his 42 Catalina is running the marina. There is a store up here and a restaurant. I think it's open. And there's a swimming pool, and it's nice and warm already. Yeah. Oh, they're doing some man overboard drills. We're just cruising along here on our way up to Rosario. Well, okay, I'm sorry, we're heading south from Rosario. We're cruising along. Yes, there's Rosario. Here we are cruising along. Got a crap on ahead of us. Missed that one real fast here. Nobody objects. Anyway, we're gonna... Examinator. Alpha 16. These little crab butts. We're just cruising along. Doing about 6 knots. Light breeze. Beautiful warm day. Strange that thunder left before us. Maybe a charter boat. I may or may not have a wind buffer on this, but looks like we're probably going to not use it. Hey, I think I saw a porpoise up ahead, Cher. Yeah. Yeah, but, you know, I don't know. It might have just been a wave.
We really appreciate you coming along on this journey with us. The video is getting a little long, so we're going to break it into 2 parts. Next part will show us going up to Susha. If you have a chance, please go ahead and subscribe, and meanwhile, enjoy the seals sunning on the rocks.